Hi, Lindy here. Just want to apologise. I'm currently on day one of a 3-day weekend away with my besties. We're in a small country town about 2.5 hours northwest of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. And you can probably hear the cockies. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and the cockatoos, they're flying around and making such a noise. They're beautiful, I love them. And I do have a little stray cat meowing at my feet. I think he wants me to feed him, which I will do shortly. So I apologise for all the noise and commotion here. But yeah, yesterday I had an interview with Dr Shawn Baker, and wow, which I think that was the title of his video, wow. And I woke up this morning and I'm speechless. I woke up this morning to find the video, and yeah, it was that before photo. It still gets me every time I look at that poor, sad, desperate woman in the photo. My heart breaks for her. What a terrible position to be in. And then you see that after photo and you're like, wow, she looks so much younger. She's oh, what a transformation. She must have her life back. And it's hard for me to see those two people, the two photos, as me, that same person. Yeah, that's me. I still sometimes feel like that 800-pound before photo. I still do crazy crap, like, sitting on seats. I look at the chair and make sure it's going to, is it going to hold my weight? Walking up steps, I used to walk one at a time, holding the balustrade. I still do that, and I don't need to now. I don't need to hold the balustrade. I can walk up a step, a set of staircases normally. But my mind just automatically goes into that self-protect, try not to fall over mode, conscious of people watching me, and it's such a difficult mind to break. I guess it's 50 years of bad habits have led me to that, and it's only been 22 months, so I'm still very new in my journey, and I've still got a long way to go, and I'm sure my mind will eventually catch up with my body. I mean, sometimes I do feel like I can climb the mountains and do stuff, like mentally I want to do all that, but physically my body isn't quite there yet, but it's better. God, so much better than what I was. So yeah, I guess my mind and body will catch up eventually, hopefully before I turn 100 years old or whatever, but yeah, we'll get there. Another thing, obviously I needed to lose weight, and a lot of weight. That was no brainer there. But there's a lot of other benefits that I've experienced, which to me the weight loss is really the cherry on top. I've changed. I'm a new person now. Like, my whole outlook in life, my whole demeanour, everything has changed. And who would have thought something as simple as nutrition could do all that? Now look at me, I was painfully shy as a child. Growing up, I was the person that was sitting in the corner trying to blend in with the walls so people wouldn't see me, wouldn't notice me. My 30th birthday, my husband actually organised a surprise party. You know what I did when I walked in the door, when everybody jumped out like, surprise, Lindy? I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, and I bawled my eyes. I cried like a baby. Like, I was so embarrassed. I don't like being the centre of attention, and everyone making a fuss about me. I couldn't cope. It took them an hour to coax me out of the bathroom, and everyone was like, what do you do now? Like, how awkward. I felt terrible, and they all felt like, oh gosh, should we go? Should we leave? That was a terrible thing to put my family through, but look, I knew no better. I was awkward. So yeah, obviously I've never had a surprise party since, and yeah, I don't know how I'd cope now, but look, let's not go there. I don't want to try that if my hubby's watching. So yeah, look at me now. Here I am sharing my story with the world on YouTube, and who would have thought that Lindy would do that? My coaches, Emily and Raymond from SBG Gang, they're like, when they met me, they're like, oh, have you considered sharing a story that you'd help so many people? And I'm like, well, no, look at me. I look terrible. How am I going to inspire people at that size? They're going to just look at me, what if I fail? I'm going to, that I was a failure. I failed every diet under the sun. Everyone that I tried, I failed. What if carnivore was going to be the same? Like, there was no way I was going to put myself in that situation and then have people laughing at me or commenting on me, and there's no way I could have dealt with that, with any of that, with the way I was. I mean, I hated myself so much. I was ashamed of how far I had let myself go, embarrassed. I literally just wanted to crawl up and die. So yeah, there was no way I could share my story back then. Now, I do regret it. I wish I had. It's shown the people my progress, and obviously there's people out there that don't believe it, and it's like, well, that's fine. I don't give a hoot. You believe what you want. I lived it, and I know, and that's all that matters to me. And so I'm sorry I didn't share my story earlier. I do regret not taking the photos or tearing up all the photos I had. I've only literally got 3 or 4 photos, and they weren't even at my biggest. So the photos that you see, I was actually bigger, but they just don't exist anymore. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought because of these cookies. So the carnivore confidence I have now got to share my story that's a big transformation. Carnivore calm is another transformation that has come over me. I think I mentioned in my interview I recently lost my job. I work for a bunch of writers, and I manage all the clients, and basically we write blog posts and things for websites and whatever. AI's taken over, and they no longer want human writers. So all these writers have lost work. I now no longer have writers to manage, and so my bosses had to let me and about 20 writers go, and unless AI crashes in the heap and all these clients come back, we are all out of a job. So if I had have received this news 22 months ago, that really would have killed me, because I used my job, and I've worked full-time throughout all of this. I've used my job as a crutch to forget about my life. I sound like a very competent and confident, capable woman on email, very vibrant and happy. But behind the computer screen, I was a disaster. I hated my life, and nobody knew. I mean, it's that deep, dark secret that I've kept from everyone, which I could easily do behind a computer screen. So yeah, 22 months ago, that would have had no purpose. And now I get this news, and I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of sucks. But I just sort of thought, well, okay, my husband works full time. We did the figures. Things are going to be tight, but we can afford for me to take 3 months off, and I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to do the SBG protocol, do the fasting and priming protocol. Currently on week 2 of priming, and it's going really well. And then I start some fasting to try and get some of this autophagy happening, hopefully, because yeah, obviously loose skin's a big issue for me. I'm going to incorporate some more exercise. It's spring here right now. Summer's coming, so I intend to get out and do some swimming. Do some water activities, which is really low impact on my hip, because I'm struggling with the walking. I can walk 10 minutes on a treadmill, or when we go out, I sort of have to sit down every now and then, just for a few seconds to just take the weight off my hip, and then I can keep going. So I'm hoping that's going to improve as I continue to lose weight and eat the right foods, and we'll see where that takes me. But obviously I don't want to go to doctors or have meds or anything like that. I just want to try and do this as naturally as I can, try and improve everything naturally and with the proper human diet. So it's been working amazeballs up until now. So, and I am confident it's just going to keep getting better. So my focus is now for the next 3 months on finding Lindy, doing everything to optimize me, my health, my mindset, and yeah, with work, whatever happens. I'll worry about it in 3 months' time. I'll start looking for work, and I'll be feeling even more amazing than I am now. And I'm confident something will come up. Like, I still have a few little clients that'll keep me busy. This is my main client. It was a full-time, and then I have a lot of other little side projects. So I'll keep those side projects going, and then something else will come up, I'm sure. I'm not really fussed about it. Normally, that kind of news, if I'm not, back then I would have killed myself, but I'd be hoeing into the carbs, trying to drown out my feelings, eating my ice cream and my chocolate, and woe is me, pity party, none of that. I haven't cheated at all. Haven't gone off plan. I've been, my mind is just so clear. I'm super focused. It's all about me. Like, I just don't care. Life happens, and it's just the way that you deal with it. Make the right choices, and I'm now in a position that I can do that. And like, I couldn't do that before. There was no other option. Just turn to carbs, turn to my comfort foods. That was the only option I had. But now I can see I've got a lot more options. And how crazy is it that just by changing your diet, everything seems to fall into place? It's crazy. And yeah, I am a crazy carnivore, and I love it. I'm proud of it, and I'm definitely wear that on my sleeve and on my heart. And I'm happy to share it with people. I just hope my story will inspire and motivate other people to give it a go. And look at, as I said, I don't know if I said here, but I think I mentioned to Shawn, it took me 6 months to find my feet. And I did have to deal with my emotional issues, grieving the loss of my parents, and mum especially, and some other, bad habits I needed to break. And once I was able to do that, the rest was so easy. And it is easy now. Obviously, you're going to have times where, you do feel a bit weak, and you want to have something, or social things. But if you do fall off the wagon, don't beat yourself up about it. Just, okay, what's done is done. You can't change it. So the next mouthful is going to be carnivore, and you get straight back on that wagon. Don't say, I'll start again Monday, I'll start again on the 1st of the month, which is what I always used to do. You're just like, okay, I did it. You either loved it or you hated it. I don't know. It's different for everyone. Sometimes, I sort of have a little bit of a bad moment, and I think, oh, I didn't enjoy that as much as I did back then. And, that works as well. So if you did enjoy it, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. But make sure the next meal you're back on your carnivore wagon. So, yeah, you can do this. And I'd just like to thank Dr. Baker for letting me share my story, and I hope you, it motivates and inspires you to find you, do the best that you can with your knowledge and what you've got. Do your research. If your carnivore diet doesn't work for you, like if you're vegan and all that, and it was working for you, and you feel like I'm amazing, like I'm feeling right now, I'm so happy for you. Everyone is different. I'm just sharing my experience with the carnivore diet, and this has worked for me, and it's just another option that you can try if you're in that sad and desperate place. And look, I hope it helps, and thank you all for listening. Oh look, hang on, that was the whole purpose of my video. My doctor I think I mentioned to Dr Baker about my doctor after I'd lost about, I think it was about 400 pounds by then. I went back to my doctor because my blood results were quite bad when I first started. I was pre-diabetic and inflammation markers. She'd said I'd never seen anyone with such high inflammation markers before. And yeah, she ordered a bunch of tests and I didn't do any of them. I was too embarrassed. I just wanted to go home and die. But anyway, I went back after 4 months and I'd lost nearly 400 pounds by then. All water weight, not fat. Probably some fat, but mainly water weight, inflammation. I had so much edema in my body and most of that was what the weight loss was. But still, it is weight loss. And she looked at me. She didn't recognise me and she was happy for me, but then she turned around and she gave me the whole lecture about leptin and ghrelin and all those kind of things, gave me some handouts, and then at the end she was like, oh, and also my blood results, everything had turned around. I was no longer pre-diabetic and all my markers had improved so much. So, you know, I thought this was a very successful doctor visit. And yeah, she turned around and at the end and said, look, I'm actually leaving the practice. Here's my business card. I'm moving to a bariatric centre and when you fail, give me a call. Come and see me. I was blown away. I thought, what? I've just lost 400 pounds. I've reversed my type 2 diabetes and all my markers were improved. I was happy. Like I was in a really good frame of mind. It literally, her comment lit a fire in my belly. And I just thought, yeah, I will come and see you. I didn't say this, but I thought it. I will come and see you when I reach my goal weight and I will show you that I did this naturally. So that's my mission. Her comment didn't faze me. And maybe that's that carnival karma I was talking about that actually allowed me to think that way. If she had said that to me earlier, I think I wouldn't have coped as well. It probably would have thrown me. And no, just lit a fire in me. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. I'm doing so well. I am proud of myself, even if you aren't. She was just obviously wanting to line her pockets and pay her next, you know, BMW lease payment or something. I don't know. But that's how I sort of feel. I just thought, your heart's not in the right place. You shouldn't be a doctor. And yes, I did fail a lot of diets, but, you know, don't kick me when I was on my way up. That I think was a bit harsh. So that was really the purpose of my video, to address that and let everybody know, because we've had so many comments saying, fire that doctor. Well, I did. She is no longer my doctor, but I will pay her a visit when I reach my goal weight and just show her that I could do this without her services. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope you found some value in my ramblings today, and I apologize again for all the noise. And if you're interested to hear about my weekend and how I coped with my 2 besties who hadn't seen me in about 7 years, and their reactions when they saw me, and how I coped with their carb ways, and yeah, tune in next week and I'll have a video update on that. Anyway, bye for now. Thanks. See ya.